Hello everyone, Skits here and welcome to today's video where I'll be talking about Fallout 4's $50 Season Pass, its content, its value, and my main reasons why I think it was not such a good deal to buy it. And first of all, I have to say that $30 Season Pass that we could buy before Bethesda increased its price was a pretty good deal, and if you buy the Season Pass for $30, I don't think you were ripped, and I think you pretty much got what you could for the $30 you gave them. However, not everyone was able to buy the Season Pass when it was cheaper. I mean, some people didn't have money, they might have not known that Bethesda was increasing its price, or they simply wanted to wait out and see what kind of DLCs Bethesda would produce. So without any further delays, let's get to it. So starting off, I wanted to talk a little bit about the content of the Season Pass itself. Now in total there were 6 DLCs available, and out of those 6, I think that only 2 of them are worth its price. Now those 2 are Far Harbor, that added a new world space into Fallout 4. It was fleshed out, its story was also pretty good, and I think that if Bethesda created at least 3 or 4 types of this DLC, the Season Pass would be a great deal. Now the second one is the one that was not released yet, which is the Nuka World, and I'm trusting Bethesda here, and I think they will deliver with this one, and I really hope they do, because otherwise this Season Pass is really a ripoff. But anyway, let's just say that those 2 DLCs are really great and worth their price. Now what we've got left is Automatron DLC, which was also pretty good, but it only added like 2 hours of content and 1 new workshop that allowed you to build robots, which was also available through mods. And considering the fact that mods are also available for consoles now, I don't think that this DLC should have costed $10. If they wanted to price it for $10, I think they should added a bit more content, a longer storyline, maybe a few side quests here and there, and then I think it would be really worth it. And the 3 DLCs that we have left that are for the settlement building system are, at least in my opinion, complete garbage. Now here I wanted to mention that Todd Howard himself said that the settlement system and the whole building system will be optional in the game itself, which I think was true for the most part. I mean, you weren't really forced to build anything, you were only introduced to the whole system, but I don't think that making half of your DLCs settlement oriented is optional. I mean, people that really did not enjoy the settlement system were basically scammed, and there was really no reason for them to buy the Season Pass at all if they knew what they were about to get. Even those people that got the Season Pass and really liked the settlement system did not get what they deserve for the price those workshop DLCs have. I mean, each one of them has price tag of $5 and all of them only had few new items into workshop menu. I personally think that Bethesda already had most of these pre-made before they even launched the game, and all they had to do was add them in a game, which in my opinion is a little bit lazy, and really other than new items there wasn't much added in those DLCs, only a really small questline for the latest DLC, which was the Vault 88 workshop, and there are also a few new mechanisms in those previous 2 workshop DLCs, but it was not enough to make them cost $5. Personally, what I think Bethesda should have made was make all of those 3 settlements workshop 1 DLC and sell them as one, because that way people who don't enjoy settlement workshop DLC would not buy these, and even if they had Season Pass, it was only 1 DLC out of maybe 5 or 6 they could create, so I think that would be a pretty fair deal. I mean, I don't really want to compare the Season Pass to the old and previous Fallout games, because back then the whole system was a bit different and additional content was taken a bit more seriously. But if we do take a look at the previous Fallouts, the Fallout 3 for example, that Bethesda made themselves, all the DLCs for that game had a price tag of $5, and there were 5 of them, and each one of them, except for Broken Steel that continued the story, added a new location, new weapons, new enemies, and each one of them, I repeat myself, was only priced at $5, which was an amazing deal. Even if it only took you like 3 or 4 hours to complete them, it was still very much worth it. But this time what we got for our $5 were Settlement Workshops DLCs that are, like I said, in my opinion, complete garbage. Also, as I noticed on Steam and on any forums or Reddit that talk about Fallout, all the other people are also very disappointed with this. I mean, on Steam it has 22 or 24% rating, which is really low and only shows how much people despise these workshop DLCs. I mean, Bethesda had a good thing going with the Far Harbor DLC that really expanded on the game, fixed some of its mistakes like the dialogue choices not making any difference, and a lot of other stuff that was kinda not working properly in vanilla Fallout. and I was really hoping they would expand on that and add maybe another 2 story mode DLCs. That would be all I wanted, and instead of making those workshop DLCs as separate ones, like I said, they could have just included them all in one pack, and then instead of that create 2 more story DLCs, and that would be absolutely perfect. Or maybe just create something like Gunrunner's Arsenal for New Vegas and add some new weapons and armors into the game. That would be a good alternative as well. Now I know that all of those DLCs separately have a price tag of $70, but like I said, those 3 workshop DLCs are definitely not worth $15, and therefore I think that Bethesda increasing the price of the season pass, it was just a way to make more people buy the season pass itself, because they were expecting a lot of good stuff from Bethesda, because so far they did not really disappoint. I mean, Fallout 4 has its flaws, but it is not a bad game, but with this season pass I was really disappointed with them. If I wanted to compare Fallout 4 season pass to a season pass that was done right, I would have to say that Witcher 3's season pass is a great example, and just generally Witcher 3 DLCs were a great way of doing them. I mean, an alternative to the workshop DLCs in Witcher 3 were the new armors and small quest masks that were released for free, and that was a very good way of making people play the game for a longer period of time before CD Projekt Red created a new huge expansions that were Heart of Stone and Blood and Wine, that were both very good expansions, and I have to say that I almost felt like I was stealing from CD Projekt Red by purchasing them for only $10 and $20. Now, like I said before, the idea of increasing the price of the season pass was not that bad if Bethesda managed to deliver and create a few more story pack DLCs, or even, like I said, new weapon DLCs, new armor DLCs, a bit of variation there. I mean, not everyone likes settlement system. I personally do not like it very much because I suck at it, and I think that everyone that played the game would enjoy new quests and storylines or new weapons and armors, because that is the core of the gameplay that you just cannot miss, and you have to go through it. Unlike the settlement system that was optional, you didn't have to do it, but with these DLCs you're almost forced to at least try it out. So therefore I'm hoping that Bethesda launches a second season of the DLCs for Fallout 4, or they at least take notes from people that were very disappointed with this season pass and they create a better one for their future games, because this was a real failure, at least in my opinion, of course. Now, if you have anything else to add to this discussion, or if you want me to tell your opinion about this situation, just let me know in the comments. I will be glad to read all of your opinions. I will try to respond to as many as possible. And yeah guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, tell me what you think about it in the comments, subscribe for more Fallout 4 and Fallout New Vegas content, and I will see you next time.